What the heck? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Up. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Dinner and a Game. I brought up the wrong screen because tonight, unfortunately, we are short a couple of folks. Jonathan may be able to make it, but we are not going to push him, and we want you to be careful, Jonathan. Don't rush. He had to go out of town this afternoon, and he's literally trying to make it back in time to join this stream. And let me check sounds. Oh, good, we're working. What?
On here it says I'm Ivy right now.
Oh, I forgot. I meant to switch that around.
I thought we had talked about switching names to the thing. I thought that we were switching characters tonight.
Oh, that was
I don't have your character sheet, and you don't have mine.
You're right, it's fine. We just wing it.
We'll just wing it.
Hey, I think that'd be a freaking hilarious idea.
That'd be so funny.
Just everyone swap characters, and Sphinx has to play Penny.
And Sphinx has to play Penny.
Hi, I'm Emery's. I am the dad character of the group, and I have to cry and protect Penny, and now I gotta go save my Tati. Oh my god, I didn't see that plot twist happening.
Oh, no.
What are you saying? I telegraphed it a little? What? Excuse me. Hi, guys. Welcome back to Dinner and a Game, where nothing goes right the first time, which is why we try again. Oh, I'm out of
This too.
So, it is Tuesday night, and Tuesday night means it is time for Emerald Sanctums, our World of Darkness Orphans campaign or chronicle. This is a game where we play a bunch of different tropes from the World of Darkness. We have vampires, we have fae, we have mages, we have werewolves, we have just about everything you can think of. And we try to do the found family concept as to try and survive in a world of darkness. And right now we have a hell of a lot going on because we are getting ready to wrap up the first season. And a lot is going on. You can see that Em has already put down most of a liter of Pepsi already. Her anticipation is high for this.
I did not drink this all in one day.
And no one will believe you. That's the only problem.
It's true.
So anyway, but yes, Jonathan is out probably for the evening, and Milagros is out because she is still in the process of moving. Congratulations. Oh yes, you're finding the new emotes. Congratulations.
She's gay. Get in the car.
Nice.
Yes, we got a
here
bunch
for
of new emotes, courtesy of Red Queen Hales, who does amazing work and incredibly fast. And it's really wonderful. So if you guys want to play with the emotes, feel free. They're all loaded up already and ready to go. I haven't put them in the Discord yet, but I am going to. But as I said, tonight it is Tuesday nights, and on Tuesday nights we play Emerald Sanctums. Now, we have a lovely group of people here to allow me to torture them and basically create as much havoc in their supernatural, fantasical lives as possible. Let's start out by saying hi to everybody, shall we? Sphinx, how are you doing?
I'm all right.
Has your day been good?
It's been okay.
Good. That's wonderful. And who are you going to be blowing off steam with tonight?
Tonight I will be playing our lovely Order of Hermes mage dad, Emerson Grant, mage coffee shop or tea and bookshop owner, adopted dad, and party dad to this crew of orphan misfits.
Orphan misfits. Well, I don't know if you count as Vera's dad.
No. I'm Vera's my bestie.
Yeah,
we
go
back.
Your crime partner.
We're like this, son.
Speaking of Vera, Ivy, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Fucking just blowing it out of the water with amazing outfit. Thank you so much.
I'm saying though,
I cannot even begin to. I know the sleep. She's just gonna all night. She's just gonna be doing this.
I've been doing it all day. Where I'll just. But yeah, I am playing the wonderful and very gothy and about to be traumatized Vera Rhoda. She is a Lasombra vampire, best friend of Emrys, and resident goth girl.
Resident goth girl. Dun dun dun. And she will be facing some very personal trauma because she may have to make a confrontation. Because
it's gonna be interesting.
We see not that
gone sideways.
Yeah.
And finally, for this evening, we have the amazing, the illustrious M/Starshard Stories. How are you doing, M?
I'm here.
You're here. That's
Yep.
It? That's it.
I'm here to get emotional as always.
Emotional damage.
And who are you playing in this emotional state?
I will be playing our lovely Countess Rosaline, who's about to have an emotional meltdown at the beginning of this session because she's no longer Miss Grumpus right now.
Mm-hmm. And that's gonna be some fun times.
Yes.
Yeah.
She is our lovely she-noble from House Illinid.
Yes. And when we left off last game, we had a lot of things stirring the pot. Jonathan's character, Mark, who is a Bastet, was in a state called Hirano. It's called Hirano by the werewolves. And it means that the entire hopelessness of the fight that the werewolves are trying to try and save the earth has just become too much, and his spirit has been broken. And there is apparently a ritual that may be able to be done to reinvigorate his spirit and redo his connection to Gaia. And Pandora called on some of the elders of the Black Furies tribe, and they took Mark to prepare the ritual, which is supposed to happen at dawn. It is actually fairly close to dawn right now. I think it was 4 o'clock in the morning, so it's like 2.5 hours till dawn. So they took Mark to go prepare for the ritual. At the same time, was it Vera and Emrys who were out?
Yep.
Getting coffee?
We're out getting coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, getting coffee.
Yep. And so they ran into some special friends. Mainly a Shamaze named Chatterbox, who works for Vera's ex. And they were kidnapped, basically. Oh, after M's car was destroyed. Or sorry, Rosaline's car was destroyed.
We have to tell her that.
I'll tell her. I seem to be on the receiving end of shit news today.
It's gonna be shitty. It's gonna be.
Yes, it will be it'll be amazing tale all unto itself.
Yeah.
When you tell her how a 4'9" creature collapsed her car by jumping on it. Yeah, everyone's gonna believe that story. But you were basically escorted into an SUV, driven to another location, basically just a business park for the most part, where you were brought into an audience with Vera's ex, and she proceeded to tell Vera that she was not actively looking to kill Vera. She did confess to having diablerized her own sire. But according to her, after the diablerie, the spirit of her sire was too powerful, and some of his traits were taking over her personality. And she was attempting to fulfill some of his goals. And she informed Vera that it is actually her sire, meaning Vera's sire, and Kinsley's sire, who is Vera's significant other, who are actually plotting with the creatures that are trying to end the world in order to have them remake it a pocket of reality where there is no sun. They are members of a society called the Society of Nihog, which is a society that seeks to end the sunlight and the sun's domination over the world. Unfortunately, Vera didn't know anything about this. But she was told that her sire was on their way back to the Airbnb where everyone was staying, and that Kinsley had dispatched the rest of the chatterboxes to pretty much run defense and get everyone out of there, but that Kinsley needed Vera to contact everyone in the house and let them know not to attack the chatterboxes. And that the chatterboxes were on their side. And at the same time, Lady Rosaline you got resolution on a lot of stuff, but I don't think it went particularly well.
Resolution.
Yes.
She got answers, but not what
Magma.
Yes.
she got answers, but she got answers whether she liked it or not. She got it.
Coming back to she got answers, but she got answers.
She got answers. Did she like the answers? Probably not. But did she get them? She sure did.
So, and I think you said that brought you out of your unseelie.
Yes.
And so now you're
which
sealy.
I need to ask, what is Finn feeling right now? Because
okay,
it has to do with Sailor romantic
let's
impact.
wait. I know. Let's wait until we jump into it. But yes, we have a lot going on tonight, and even though we don't have 1/3 of our cast with us, we are definitely going to be going on with it because we have more than enough to go through tonight, and we could probably go several nights just with these 3 characters.
Oh boy!
Because also Emery's adopted daughter has apparently been released by the dragon, the ancient embodiment of magic, who is, I guess you'd say, this little group's patron or taskmaster or however you want to say.
Acquaintance.
No. He is holding us. No, he is holding us all hostage.
There's not being held hostage by him though. So like,
currently we're being held hostage by someone else, or not held hostage. As the case may be. This is all very confusing.
Emery's and Vera are being very sarcastic and kind of a little bit of assholes, but that's okay.
That's how we cope with danger and sadness.
We're pretty sure we're gonna die here. This is fine. These will be our last words.
These are our last words. I'm only gonna use symbols. But so you guys are pretty much in a state of calamity, and Emery's has been told that his Tati and Penny, his adopted daughter's tutor in the mind sphere of magic, are both being held in New Orleans along with several other mages who are masters of their spheres.
Oy.
And that may be somehow related to the giant storm.
Maybe.
Maybe. So, everything has gone crazy. Everything has gone nuts. But hey, what else do we expect? This is Emerald Sanctums, where everything that can go wrong will explode because we like explosives. Also, remember tonight, if you choose to follow us here at Dinner and a Games Twitch, you will be automatically entered to win a set of books. These books are the D&D core book set. They are the DMG, the Player's Guide, the Monstrous Manual. You can see them right here. They don't have the standard covers. They have the limited edition, not foil, but what is it? Oh, Yeah, no, it's foil. Sorry. They have the embossed foil covers, and they come with the GM screen. They come in that slipcase, and we're going to give those away when we hit 1,000 followers here, and we are currently at 882. So, like, we're getting down to the last, we're almost down to the last 100, folks. Please help us out. Let us share it around, because we will be giving this set of books out, and I think I know what the next... Well, I know what I'm going to do next is the next giveaway, but I'm going to save it for a little bit for the stream. But we'll be giving that away when we hit 1,000, so help us out with that. Also, if you follow our social media accounts, which you can find in our link tree, which I'll throw up in chat real quick, we also have a contest going over on our TikTok. We're trying to get to that magical number of 1,000 followers on TikTok so we can do lives and so I can actually put links on our TikTok finally. But we're giving away this, which is a Wizard's Tower, 3D printed, 4 stories tall. It has a hatch in the roof that opens and closes. The front door opens and closes. Each level comes off so you can get your minis individually inside each level. And each one of the levels breaks down to individual parts small enough to where you can put this entire thing inside of a high-top shoebox and store it away. This is going to be given away. We had 1,000 on TikTok, and I do believe we're at like 900. And let me hang on a second. You might get some TikTok sounds in a second here because I'm going to try and jump to my profile before anything loads up. I did it. 973.
Huzzah!
973. So we need 27 more people. So if you can give us a hand and just give us a follow if you haven't, share it to your friends. Let them know that this contest is happening. I'll post another video of the contest up and see if we can get those last few followers and get to that 1,000 mark, and we will give this bad boy away. Last things last. During every single show, we do a raffle. We give away raffle tickets. And those raffle tickets are for what we call the mini of the month. Now, this month, the mini happens to be this bad boy. This is an avatar of Orcus. This is a 3D printed mini you can only get if you subscribe to Loot Studios' paid subscription for 3D miniature files. And we're going to give this guy, he's on a large base, so it's a big mini. And it's a demon lord, so we're gonna give this away at the end of this month. Like I said, the end of the month, the last time you can do a drawing or get a ticket for this is going to be the 29th, and then we're gonna do the giveaway on the 30th, which is M's show, The Breakfast Club, on Saturday morning. So M gets to give away a big mini. And so we'll do that giveaway on Saturday morning, and we'll be announcing the next mini for the next month's giveaway. All right, so remember, there will be a 20-minute randomly selected interval during this show, and you will be able to put in the keyword into chat for this month's contest, and you'll get 1 raffle ticket for being a follower, 2 raffle tickets for being a subscriber. So please do your best to make sure you're around for that, and we will be giving that out. We'll give those tickets out sometime tonight. Other than that, also, if you want to support us, of course, we would love if you subscribed. But we know it's not necessary. We would do this no matter what. But if you want another neat way to support us, we have merch. It is in our merch store, and you can find that here. And we have all kinds of stuff like our Intelligence is a Dumb Stat t-shirts. And the only thing that can quench my thirst is the tears of my players. I should order one of those for M and Vera because for M and Ivy because they're GMs here now too. So they need the proper attire. But all that is the portion of every one of those sales goes to support the show. It's print on demand, so it does sometimes take a little bit to get there, but it is incredibly good stuff, and we love it very much. Also, we are an affiliate of Geek Grind Coffee. If you want to get some amazing coffee, which is ethically sourced and sourced from mainly female-owned farms, Geek Grind is the way to go. If you use the affiliate link we have in there, they have a thing right now. I think they're doing free shipping for orders over $60. And if you do that, I think you get a 20% discount on the order. So go ahead, use that link if you want to get some amazing coffee. I recommend Dwarven Dawn and the Princess Bride. Those two coffees are incredible. And if you want if they have any left, because it was this holiday only, they have a gingerbread coffee that is fucking amazing. But all that aside, they also have teas. So go give them a shot, and if you want to use the affiliate link. Yeah.
As you wish.
Oh. Thank you. But anyway, as I was saying, that is basically the ways you can support us. We appreciate anything you do. Even just showing up to watch the show is more than enough. We cannot thank anyone here enough for doing that for us. And we're going to go ahead and get down to the nitty and the gritty, as it were. So please enjoy yourself and stick around as we are going to launch into Emerald Sanctums. So, since you're dying to jump onto the pain wagon, Em.
Always. Always.
We could have been partners, but instead you've chosen the way of pain.
Always. Always.
So, here's a good actual way to start off the storytelling experience. Could you describe what it feels like for Rosaline when she feels herself going from unseelie back into sea?
Yeah, she doesn't really feel as reckless as she has been, and doesn't have the persecution, I am the martyr here. It's more like all emotions that she's been bottling up is hitting at once. And some of those emotions she's feeling are also not of her own.
Yep. So you would feel Tuck's emotions, as Tuck is absolutely torn. He can feel the bonds of his oaths holding him to Finn.
Mm-hmm.
But he has fear and trepidation. And you can feel that he's not sure it's Finn. And he doesn't know what to do at this time. And he's just, from Tuck, this is the closest thing you've ever felt to him being afraid during all these.
Mm-hmm.
And underneath it all is a pervasive sense of loss. Pandora is still there. So from Pandora, you can get, just worry for Vera. You can get the fact that there is a certain little bit of elation because she's looking at the possibility of actually finding out who and what she is. She has made strong contact with the Black Furies. They answered her call when she called for aid. She doesn't know what it all means. And then above all of that, though, is that deep, abiding concern for what's happening to Mark. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Malefidel? Thank you very much. Huh? Malefidel? We love your name, but we cannot pronounce it. We're going to stop trying to butcher it now.
I feel old now. What? What is that?
What?
What's going on?
I know. The gray is real. The gray. Malufied.
Like hide.
And thank you very much. The phonetic pronunciation is greatly appreciated. It looks like you might actually have that ready to go and cut and paste. Thank you very much. And you see who else is actually there. Penny's there.
Penny.
Yeah, Penny is. From Penny, you feel something very confusing. Penny she's feeling extreme loss. And she's feeling a deep, abiding empty. Like she's lost something incredibly significant. And she is worried and afraid that she no longer has what it takes to be helpful.
And then the one person in the room.
Oh, yes. Them.
Finn is there are 3 separate parts. You feel an almost innocent voice of Finn's brother that is confused, more than a little scared, and very, 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 very overwhelmed because they are in the presence of themselves, but a much more mature version that seems to be, I guess you'd say, pushing them around.
Mm-hmm.
And that you can feel that little petulance of a child who wants to stand up to an authority figure, but at the same time, everything that's happening is incredibly overwhelming and scary. So you can feel it just pulling back into itself, withdrawing. You have that strong connection to the fact that it is scared. You feel the phase seeming. You feel Finn. And you feel that desperation to want to be whole. That desperation to want to be what it was and what it's supposed to be. You also feel like it hasn't made a strong connection to the mortal side. So it is doing everything it can to try and link to that, but there's something missing. And finally, you feel a overarching presence. It's neither maleficent nor benign. It is just there. And whereas Finn's brother is small and immature, and Finn's seeming is older and stronger, this thing is dwarfs everything. But it is not trying to force. It is merely a presence. And the only thing you can feel stronger than it's an urgency and a need from it is there is a very obvious deep sorrow in it.
Oh no. It's sad. Got it. Oh, great.
It's tinged with regret as well.
Yeah. Oh, we love the fact that she's an empath and a troubadour because she feels emotions 10 times harder. So she is just ugly crying in the middle of this kitchen. Just ugly crying, letting it all out. Nobody probably knows what the fuck is going on. It just looks like she just cracked right in the middle of the kitchen.
Finn gets up, comes running around the table, and kind of kneels in front of you. And he's like, are you... Oh, I'm assuming you kind of crumple.
Yep.
And kind of looks up, he grabs, puts his hand on your shoulder, and he's like, are you okay? What's going on?
Everyone's emotions are hitting me at once, and it's a little overstimulating, and it's overwhelming. And then the big thing is super sad, and it's overwhelming everything.
What can we do?
I don't know.
What did I used to do for this? What did I help?
You kind of died? Like shortly after?
Oh.
the last emotions I felt was a little bit of jealousy because I kicked you out of the room to have girl time with Pandora.
Oh, I mean, sorry. I don't.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't your fault.
I mean, I get it, but what I'm trying to say is there anything I can do?
I don't know. A lot of this has been bottled up since everything started.
He says, I know that there is a lot that I don't understand here.
No.
I know there's a lot I don't understand. There is one thing that I absolutely and fundamentally know. That whoever and whatever I cares deeply about you.
Oh God, that just made it worse.
I don't understand it quite yet, and I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's a baby stepping process.
But if there's anything that I can do, even if it's just like in the other room and to be for a bit.
Have Emery's and Vera got back yet?
Not that I know of.
How far was the coffee shop that they were going to?
Probably far enough away to get kidnapped from, I guess. Just kidding. He did not say that.
Damn.
That would be like,
yes. I now think that Finn is in league.
Right.
Yes.
Pandora was right the entire time.
I see. Finn and Kinsley have teamed up. I understand now.
Yeah.
So
got it.
In fact, let's go ahead and jump over to Emery's and Vera. You guys, the last thing we kind of left off at was the whole you need to let them know what's going on. And I don't think we even got to the phone call after that, did we?
We didn't.
All right. So
we agreed we'd call Tuck.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Right. So are you calling Tuck? Number one, Kinsley says, it looks at you and says, the last thing Kinsley says before you go to pick up, turn around to start making your phone calls. Kinsley says, my operation is still in chaos because of what I was doing when my sire was, I guess, calling the shot. And so I'm trying to reestablish those lines of communication I had prior to this, and those alliances that have been put in jeopardy because of this. I will give you whatever help I can, but the only people I have right now who are absolutely loyal to me, Chatterbox and Marco.
Hello?
You hear a chuckle behind you, and it's not like I haven't heard that 100.
I know. I couldn't help myself. It's a stress response.
It was pretty good, actually. I thought it was funny.
And it's the guy with the sunglasses and the suit with these big claws coming out of the ends of his hands. And she says, so these are the only resources we have right now. And I know what your sire is capable of, at least in broad strokes. And
what might that be? Because I've only met the guy once.
if you are in a position and you feel yourself being drawn into a shadow, put one in your skull. It's gonna be worse than what you face if he gets you into it.
Okay. I'll look at Vera. My dad's fucking terrifying.
He is.
You know he can traverse shadow.
Oh, yep.
And you know that he can do things like you've seen him have people get pulled into shadow and they get dumped back out and they're just gibbering balls of goo.
Yeah, it's not great.
Okay. Kara, do you have my phone? Do I have my phone? How did that go? I have my phone. I'm gonna go ahead and call Puck. Tuck. I'm gonna give him a call. So I go ahead and dial the number.
Ah, yes. Ugly crying in the background.
Is she good? I don't know. Like
the phone picks up and you hear Tuck's voice is like, Tuck's House of Tears. How can I help you out?
Tuck, it's Emrys. House of Tears. Do I even want to know?
Ugly sobbing in the background.
Apparently, Rosaline is back to Rosaline again. So, waterworks.
She wasn't. You know what? We'll get the broad strokes.
It's a long story.
Right. So lots happened in the time since we left, and now, turns out Kinsley's trying to save us. Vera's dad is on the way to try and
chatterboxes.
And Kinsley's dad is on the way to try and kill Finn. Chatterboxes are on the way to try and kill Ezekiel, Vera's dad. Don't stop the chatterboxes. Stay away from shadows, apparently. Shit's about to go down.
You do realize it's dark, all right? It's literally night.
What's going on?
I'm relaying what I am been told.
Okay, hang on a second. Vera's dad's a shadow ghost monster prick, and he's coming to kill us all. And those chattery things that Vera was telling us about are now on our side. And Vera and her ex got back together. Oops! Don't tell Pandora.
Okay,
the Vera and her ex getting back together thing did not happen. Unless it did.
No,
I'm
okay.
You were standing right next to me. You were standing right next to me.
I know. I don't know if there's a mental thing going on.
No.
Okay. All right.
There's not a mental thing going on. It was more of now we're not sure if we can trust either of them.
Okay.
Right.
I was just gonna take the phone from Tuck.
Tuck.
Looks like that's my fucking phone.
Hey!
Better not have fucked my Candy Crush. I was really nailing it.
All right. Hi, Emery. Okay, what is exactly going on? Sorry.
You take a breath, drink some water or something.
I just had a good cry. Okay, continue.
Still need water. Rehydrate. Anyway, so turns out Ezekiel, Vera's sire, bad guy, coming to kill Finn because Finn has the dragon in him. Kinsley's sending chatterboxes to the house to protect Finn and fight off Ezekiel. Do not kill the chatterboxes. If you can, stay away from the shadows because Ezekiel can use them against you.
Okay.
Get out of there if you can.
Mark is not
get out of there as best as you can. Good. That's great. Go wherever they are.
Yes.
Go wherever Mark is at.
Or like go do something Faye or like something.
All right.
You're in the background just shouting.
Okay.
All right. And doing hand gestures. No one can see it, but Vera's all like...
at this point, like I've brought the phone closer to Vera so that you can hear Vera better.
Anytime Kinsley tries saying anything, she's like, "Shut up."
Okay.
Kinsley just like puts her head in her hand.
So, is there any weaknesses that I need to know about in case we can't make it out and we're gonna have to make a stand here at the house?
Vera? But I put it at this point. I put it on speakerphone. Any weaknesses that Ezekiel has that you know of?
Kinsley's like light. Lots of light.
Okay, so fire.
Fire is good. Yes. That works against anyone.
What about silver?
Not that I know of.
No.
Okay.
Look at Kinsley. Like, I don't think so.
I mean, if you can get a wooden stake in his heart, he'll be frozen for a bit.
There's that, stake or like sunlight or a stake made of sunlight that works too.
Okay.
He's strengths. He's insanely strong.
Okay.
He can move through shadows.
Okay.
Back.
And he can make shadows into things.
Okay.
And if you see anyone getting pulled into a shadow, kill them before they go in.
Okay, so all I need to do is stake him and then set him on fire. Got it.
I guess. I mean, I don't know if you want to set him on fire or not. That's up to you.
We're not getting into the puzzle in this Airbnb.
Okay, what I am saying is...
Yeah, don't do it in the Airbnb.
Don't do it outside.
In the Airbnb.
I'm going to do it outside. Nature is outside.
I'm just saying.
Potted plant near you wilts in sadness.
Okay,
so
maybe if he dies, you wouldn't feel too bad.
I mean, I wouldn't be happy, but like I understand if he's trying to kill you.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and prepare now because I don't know how long we've been on the phone now, so I don't even know if he's here yet. Bye, click.
What? She's not gonna pick up if you call her back.
No, she probably won't.
Hands phone back to Tuck.
Tuck's like,
okay,
this is fine.
Want me to get the door?
So you, Pandora, are gonna take Finn and go where Mark is.
Pandora, do you know what Mark is? And she kind of like nods, and her eyes are all big. And he's like, all right, well, we can do that. What are you? Wait. That leaves you and Penny?
Yeah, she's gonna look at Penny. If you want to feel fucking useful, now's the time.
And Penny's like, you got it. Thank you very much for following Sean Lincoln. Sean Lincoln.
And Emrys will send a quick text to Penny. All my gear is still there.
Penny's
have fun.
Penny, Penny sends you back the devil smiley face emoji.
All right.
Penny's like, I will be right back.
I replied, that's my girl.
She goes running. She comes out of the room and she's got like Emery's staff in one hand, his wand in another, his backpack is thrown over one shoulder, her backpack is thrown over another shoulder, and she's like doing all this while trying to strap on that vest, that bulletproof vest she wears. She's like all clipping it together while holding all that, and everything's like clacking off the walls of the hallway, and she knocks down a picture frame and it shatters, and she comes running back into the room and she says, armed to the teeth.
All right. Get ready. Good thing I got... Rose cracks her knuckles and she's like, all right.
Am I gonna answer the fucking door? I mean, they haven't kicked it in. I'm assuming they're...
Yeah, you know what? Why don't I go answer the door and you get ready to get Finn out of here with Pandora?
Chuck's like, fine. And he snaps his fingers and he's in plate mail armor. I'm ready.
Appreciate it. Rose is going
Go up to the door?
Yep.
There are 4 young girls in schoolgirl outfits standing outside the door.
You must be Chatterbox.
And Smiles is like, you must be Faye. We are told not to eat any of you.
Mm-hmm.
I love the idea that they look like Girl Scouts and they knock politely on the door, like, you're good.
May we come in?
I was about to come outside and wait for a scary guy to show up.
Outside there is darkness. Inside there is light. Until he turns the lights off.
Oh, I was just going to make a bunch of fire outside.
That will bring the real police.
Shit, you're right. Yeah, let's go inside.
We will eat the real police if you want to bring the real police.
No, we do not eat the police. Let's just go inside.
You do not eat the police?
No.
But blue is our favorite color.
They've absolutely eaten multiple police officers.
Okay, let's just...
well, before this point, they're like, wait, we're not supposed to do that? This is new information to us.
All right, let's just get inside.
New acronym for ACAB is all cops are biteable.
See, here's the thing, though. Rose is used to getting away with a lot of things with the police because of how pretty she is.
We brought these, and they hold up these. Looks like be big camping lanterns with the giant LEDs in them. And she says, "We bought these at the Walmart."
Walmart.
Yes, they have batteries, so he cannot turn them off. And she hits a button, and it's like brighter than all shit. They won't last long, but they are very bright. She hits a button, turns it off again.
Okay.
We are going to look disturbing now, so please do not be the afraid.
Do not be the afraid. Okay.
Oh. No, you will be the afraid. Please do not run. Better.
Finn, go ahead. Tuck, go ahead and take Finn and Pandora out of here.
Tuck's like, am I just getting in the... Tuck's like, am I just getting in the car and going?
Yep, go.
And Finn kind of like stands up and he says, why do I have to go?
Because they're coming after you.
Yes, but wouldn't it be better for there to be more firepower, not less?
You are not going to die again, so you are going to go.
He can't even remember how to cast magic at this point. Like, what's the boy supposed to do?
Is he hoping that the dragon will take over him?
He's like, do it now. Shoot.
And
could really use some magic. Could really use some magic.
Right now.
Wait, no. Do you even know how to cast magic?
I would assume that I can. I mean, that other loud one wants me to surrender so he can drive. But apparently I have control over this body.
Who is in control?
Well, I am.
The youngin'?
It's my body.
Oh my god. Alright, you're gonna have to let the other one take over.
What? Why?
Because you're gonna have a higher survivability rate if you do.
And Tuck's like, either way, if I'm getting him out of here, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Go, just, if you have to drag him by force, drag him by force.
He's like, he kind of looks at you, he's like, sorry. He's like, we gotta go. I got us that I have to protect you, and if you cannot do anything for yourself, then yeah, we got to get the fuck out of here, because you're just a liability. And Finn kind of looks at Tuck, and he looks like, his face gets red, he's mad. And he looks at Tuck, and he's like, not a fucking child. And he like goes walking down the hallway, and as he's walking past the chatterboxes, they're all like looking at him, and they just watch him walk by, and then they all turn, and like in one voice, he is pretty.
No.
They all look at each other. They all look at each other, and as one, they slap each other.
I just imagine a bunch of hands.
And then they go, we are going to go outside. We need more space.
Yeah.
And you see the first one walks out the door, and as they walk out the door, they just gain mass on an exponential level. Flesh just comes bubbling and boiling out of them. You hear snapping of bone. You hear crunching and tearing. And as they get out the doorway, their back legs are now big and thick, but about the same length. So they look very, very stubby on this huge torso. Their upper torso, their arms are like about as big as tree trunks, and they have claws that are digging into the ground, and they have a huge, like, giant maw, like a giant frog almost, but it's lined with teeth. And they're like, and they kind of like just shake their head out, and they're like, look, or they leap, like almost straight up and disappear. And you hear this really odd light thump on the roof.
Some Elden Ring shit.
The second one steps outside, and as they do, the first thing that happens is their lower legs, portion of their legs gets incredibly long. They literally disappear, like they're now, like, their waist is as high as the edge of the roof. And it's long, their legs are long and spindly. And as you watch, 2 more extensions come down, and they look long, they look multi-jointed, and they're covered in black hair, and they're like made of black chitin. And you hear like this snapping and cracking up from above you, and then you hear this tap across the roof as the other limbs come up. And the last one kind of looks back at you and says, "We will be terrifying. You should stay in the house unless it goes dark. If it goes dark, we will come inside, but the house will not be well."
Okay. Good thing I have a favor owed.
I do not owe you a favor.
No, someone else does.
Oh, okay. Well, then they can pay for the house.
Mm-hmm.
And good. Then we don't have to worry about destroying it. And as they say that,
get that deposit back.
as they say that, they kind of like their back legs begin elongating behind them and turn serpentine and stretch out, and their legs knit together, and their torso kind of widens out, and their head elongates out into what looks to be a snake's snout, but it's frilled with all these spikes that, as they're sitting there looking at you, the spikes kind of snip forward and begin to chatter, and they kind of their eyes are looking at you, golden serpentine eyes, and their tongue flicks out, and it says, "Oh, should have eaten. You taste delicious." And
I can set you on fire if you do that again.
It kind of flicks its tongue out and says, "If you set us on fire, you break. And we've been on fire before. It tickles."
Then don't eat me, because then I would be attacked.
Would not. I said we should have eaten you. You taste delicious.
No.
And then it slithers out the door. By the way, as it expands out, it's basically like a giant Burmese python. Its body is like 3 feet thick.
Rose is just like,
But unlike a giant Burmese python, it moves fast. You know that horrible movie Anaconda?
Yes.
You know how fast the snake moved in that movie?
Yes.
It moves that fast, which is actually literally impossible for a snake to do.
Yeah.
Of that size. Yeah, and it disappears outside too.
All right.
And as that's happening, you receive a text from Emrys. "Oh, and while it's on my mind, sorry in advance about your car."
Calls.
Mark, by the way, back with at the place, Mark goes like, "Are you going to need a ride back?"
Are we going back to? Are you letting us go back to the Airbnb? You letting us go?
I assume that you want to move your friends at the very least, if you can, if he's not there yet.
I mean, yeah, of course.
Then
I
will go pick them up.
Then yes, by all means. We should. V, you're coming too, yeah?
Yeah.
Kinsley says, "Yes, go if you can pick them up. Get them to a safe house. Get them somewhere. Make sure there's lights. Make sure there's backup light sources, because you know he's going to kill the power the first thing he does when he gets there."
Yeah, I know. It's not like I can actually be in the same vicinity with all the lights, though. So,
I mean, it's not sunlight, so
it's not sunlight, but still.
it'll just be really uncomfortable for you, and you won't be able to use your powers either.
I know. Thank you for reminding me. Appreciate that.
Hey, you're still really strong, aren't you?
Yes, I'm still very strong. Thank you.
There you go. And you use that giant mallet you call a gun.
It is a gun.
And a mallet. You can literally drive nails into a wall with it.
Look, it's nice to pistol whip people with. That doesn't make it a mallet.
It is a giant cannon. I mean, it really is.
I mean, it's a hand cannon. Yes, it's fine.
Kinsley says, all right, I've got a lot of phone calls to make. I got a lot of work to do before dawn. Got a lot of bridges to fix. I'm going to ground tonight. I will be up at dusk. If you guys survive, because my number is in his phone.
Okay.
Thanks for not eating us.
Resources are too precious wasted in this.
Tell your chatterboxes not to destroy my next phone, because now I have to go buy another one, and I just bought one.
It's true, she did.
Kinsley reaches in the desk and pulls out a burner phone still in the packaging and throws it on the desk and throws it out to you.
Thank you.
God. Always keep a supply of those. Are you calling?
Yeah.
Anyways, your phone rings.
Rose, is everything okay?
What happened to my car?
Mike's like, come on, let's go. Let's get to the car.
I just look at Kinsley. I'm like, you owe her a car.
The chatterboxes happened to the car.
They said that there was a bunch of cheap subcompacts in the parking lot.
One of them was our friends.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, wait. He reaches in the dash drawer, throws you 2 stacks of $10,000 each.
Why are you just holding money in your drawer?
Why are you asking questions?
Do you know
about
how
why
easy it is to run when you have a shit ton of cash?
Also,
all right.
Don't be freaked out. What's on the roof? If you're coming this way,
we are coming that way.
Don't be freaked out at what you see on the roof. And there's this big creepy skin snake thing in the front yard.
Oh, fun!
Oh,
fun! It's my favorite.
My favorite thing. Home to snake skins on the roof. My favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's 4 chatterboxes here.
Oh, good.
Great. The chatterboxes got there first. Excellent.
Yeah. They're about to move. Pandora, Tuck, and Finn are about to leave.
Okay. Great. Good. All right. And Penny's there with you?
Yeah, because Penny wants to feel useful.
Okay. Okay. I'm not going to argue there. We'll be there soon.
Bye.
As soon as we can.
So Penny, you hang up the phone, and Penny's like, I'm getting the feeling that you're upset with me.
Considering I can feel everybody's emotional states right now, including your own, your sense of I don't feel useful and I feel empty is very, very strong.
That's rude.
You've been rude to me a lot.
Yeah, but that was friend rude. This is rude.
This is I'm trying to tell you that we need to work on that.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'll do what needs to be done.
Good. All right. Have they left yet?
Yeah, Tuck took Pandora, and Tuck took Finn, who didn't necessarily fight, but didn't go willingly. And they went down and got in Tuck's car, which is terrifying all on its own. And so you heard the giant truck pull off and roll down the street.
Yeah, Rose just sighs relief. Okay. So, he's safe. We're good.
She says, all right, so we have monsters guarding the house.
Yep.
Tuck and Finn Finn's being transported by Tuck and Pandora, and Pandora is a killing machine, and Tuck's probably no chump either. So hopefully they get to. Then they're going to the warehouse, not the warehouse, but the werewolf's place.
Yep.
I hope Pandora calls ahead because that's kind of trashy.
She called.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start. We've got to assume that he may be here already.
Yep.
So I'm going to see if I can find him. So I just cover me for a bit.
Yep.
I'm gonna be kind of out of it. And so she kind of she sits down in the middle of the floor, cross-legged, and she assumes a full lotus. She kind of puts her hands flat on her knees, and she closes her eyes. And when she closes her eyes, your seeming can see that a third eye opens on her forehead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. All right. So as she does that, you can feel human magics being worked. And you feel her casting out. And right as she's reaching out, the lights all go out. You hear a roar from outside. You hear a loud thump on the back of the house. Then there is a shrieking noise from outside the house, and you hear more roaring. As you look out the window in the dining room, looks out at the side yard. You see what looks to be some kind of giant spider coming down off the side of the house, and it is there's webbing going everywhere ahead of it, and you see that there's a figure being wrapped up in webbing. But suddenly, as the webbing gets really, really dense, the entire bundle just collapses in on itself, and the spider is looking around, and suddenly two of its legs just disappear, sheared off, and the spider screams, and you see this huge behemoth looking thing go smashing through, go running through that out of that side yard, and smashes through the fence and tumbling into the front yard. And right about then, Penny comes back to herself. And she looks at you and she says, "There's more than just him."
What?
There's more than just him.
All right. Get ready.
And she says, "What are you going to do?"
What I do best.
She says, There's those things again.
Things.
The twisted werewolves.
Well.
About that time, you see that in the front yard, you can see the chatterboxes now. And there's three of them. The snake is coiled around something and is repeatedly biting it. You can see that whatever it is a big a mass, almost as big a mass as the thing that jumped on the roof. And you can see that it's ripping and tearing into the chatterbox at the same time that the snake is biting into its back. It seems to have a huge extra large maw and it's like bitten down on the side of the snake, and its jaw is just grinding into the snake's body. And the chatterbox is still just striking, and you can see that its body is coiling and compressing the way a constrictor would. The other one, you see that the huge spider thing is now standing over a humanoid figure on the ground, and it is like firing its front legs out at it, and like literally whenever it hits it, it pierces through it, but it and comes back. But the thing, whatever it is, because it's just a Vulcan shape of muscle, and it's got like big arms and claws, and it's got what looks like a wolf's muzzle where its face should be, but there's like no actual skin or fur. It's just all sinew, tendon, bone, and teeth. And as it's dancing around, you see it catches one of the arms as it goes through it, and it snaps the arm off. And finally, you see that the third chatterbox that you saw change, third chatterbox is wrestling with what looks to be Ezekiel, but Ezekiel is dwarfed by this giant thing. But as this thing is like trying to reach him, Ezekiel's kind of just standing there, almost like in a boxer stance. And as this thing kind of like slashes at him with claws, he literally just takes his hand and pushes the claw up and out of the way, and then he fires a punch that hits it like in the side, and you see the side of this giant monster just like crumple and cave in, and then the monster just goes flying out into the street.
All right.
And Ezekiel turns, he's looking at the front door. And as Ezekiel starts walking towards the house, all those lamps, by the way, were already on, because they turned them on. The chatterboxes turned them on before they went outside. As Ezekiel's walking to the front of the house, you see the last chatterbox like comes walking out of the living room, and it looks at you and it says, "You should run now." And it like its back is to where Ezekiel's coming, and out of its back you just see spikes growing out and filling the room behind you.
War form!
As they just continue to grow and push out from behind it, and it's now literally anchored into the hallway, and the hallway is full of spikes, and the only way that he can come around this is going through the spike wall. And it says it won't hold him long. Run.
She's just gonna grab Penny and go out the back door.
Right. So you begin hauling out the back door. You guys are in the SUV, and Marco is driving. He drove aggressive to get to the place, but now he is there. He is absolutely taking massive risk. This freaking it's probably like it's a Chevy Tahoe or something like that. Oh no, it was an Escalade. That's right.
Yeah,
but it's he's cresting 110 miles an hour whenever he gets to a straightaway, and so you guys are whipping through the streets. A drive that normally takes 20 minutes takes you around 9.
I think before we left, like as Emery's and Vera were walking away from Kin's office, Vera had looked back and basically like glanced at her and said, "Please don't make me regret this again.
And Kinsley
Otherwise,
says,
I will show you divine violence."
Divine violence.
And then she leaves without the response.
Kinsley, yeah. So,
that was really impressively intimidating. Like I almost pissed myself. That was
almost
crazy.
pissed myself.
Thank you. I mean
Divine
it.
violence? Wow.
You're having this conversation as you're like all sliding.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is fine.
So yeah, but as you guys come ripping up or ripping through the neighborhoods, Marco is sitting there and he puts one of his hands to his ears and he says, "The chatterboxes say they're there. He brought friends. Deformed werewolves."
Oh great, those things again.
It says your friends ran out the back. Like we're gonna try and go around the block and try and pick them up.
I was like,
Good.
around the corner.
So the chatterboxes will be able to hold most of those things for a bit, but they are not going to kill themselves for this.
Of course not.
They're mercenaries.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to die for this cause.
They owe Kinsley. They just don't owe her that much. So, as he goes ripping through you recognize kind of sort of the neighborhood that you were in before. You couldn't find the house if you didn't have GPS.
Yeah, of course.
Rosaline, as you guys are running out the back door, I'm assuming you're going to run and just hurdle over the fences and keep moving.
Yeah.
So you guys jump over the fence. You're running onto the next block. As you're running on the next block, Penny says, "What should we do? Do you want to steal a car? Do you want to? What are we doing?"
Emery's and Vera were on the way. I don't know where they are.
Then we just keep moving until we
keep moving. And if we have to stand ground, we stand ground.
She says, "All right." She basically has Emery's staff in front of her, and she says, "In that case, hold still for a minute, just 1 second." And she just takes Emery's staff, and she just draws a circle around the both of you on the ground, and then she draws an X through the circle, putting you two in triangles on each X, and then she hits the staff down in the middle, and she just chants for a minute, and then she you see the staff light up a little bit, and then she releases it, and she's like, "All right, no more footprints, no more smell, run."
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
She says, "I don't know how long it's gonna last. Wasn't my best work, but let's just go."
Yep.
That's my kid.
And so you guys start running, cutting between houses. Are you not even going to the streets? Are you just cutting through houses, jumping fences, stuff like that?
We're jumping fences, and then whenever there's a close alleyway, we're going in the alley.
Gotcha. So you guys keep on running. Marcos says on the thing, he's like, "Oh, you don't know where they are."
I'm already calling them.
I don't have their scent anymore.
Give him just a second.
Pick up.
Your phone rings.
Hello, this is Rose.
hey, it's Emery. Where are you guys? We're getting in the house.
Some alley. Penny cut off our scent in our tracks.
Oh, that's a girl. Yes. Good. Which house? What color?
Penny pulls up her phone, pulls out her own phone. She's like, "Tell him I just sent GPS."
Penny sent GPS.
Yep, got it. We're on our way.
Message pings. Will you throw the phone to Marco?
Yep, throw the phone to Marco. We're coming.
He's like, he looks at the phone. He's like, "All right." And he just takes off down the street. He drives down 2 blocks, and then he cuts into an alley. You guys see headlights coming into the end of the alley. The SUV is running up the alley. You can see it just because it's an alley. It's not exactly the best thing. So SUV's bouncing up and down the alley, and it's flying up towards you. It comes sliding to a stop. You see a figure leaning out the window, and it's a guy with sunglasses on, slick black dark hair, and he kind of leans out the window and he says, "Get in."
From the back seat, you just hear Vera. It's fine.
Emery just pops his head out the window. "Get in, losers! We're getting the fuck.
We're going shopping."
Penny comes running up, and she opens up the back door to the back seat, and she just starts throwing all your stuff into the back of the SUV.
I jump up in the front.
Yeah,
seat, beside him. I'm in the passenger seat. I just crawl through.
Yeah.
Everyone else piles in the back seat.
In the back seat.
Yep. So Penny climbs up in the back seat, and she says, "So more of those black spirally things. This has been great."
Oh, that's awesome. It's been a red letter day. Let's go. And
Marco's already. The moment everyone's in the car, Marco's is already going. He's not even waiting. He's not waiting for shit.
They were heading towards Finn, and then we're heading towards a gym.
Okay, then we will too.
Gym.
Yeah. Give the address.
Give the name of the gym. He's like, Penny's like, "GPS." It's my superpower.
Superpower.
Marco's like, oh, okay, it's on his phone then. He takes his phone out of the holder and puts your phone in it. And he's like, all right. He's like, 10 minutes. And he's like, he is still driving like a bat out of hell.
I pull Penny to me like, oh my god, I'm so glad you're okay.
He's like, Penny's like, ow.
Sorry.
I'm fine. It's good. And you see Marco put his hand to his ear and he says, 2 chatterboxes down.
Yep.
He says the other 2 are on the run, but they don't think they're being pursued, which means whatever was on them is now on us again.
Yep.
Okay. Wand and staff.
You pull your staff won't really fit in the back seat.
Fair. Wand.
All right.
Penny's like sits there in the front seat and she like starts pulling out pistols, checking the loads. Checking them in. This is as are we conventionalizing or are we okay for vulgar?
I mean, at this rate, it's us or them. Vulgar.
Yeah, we're also in the suburbs.
Right.
I mean,
semi-vulgar.
Yeah. Just don't. If you have to dump off Paradox, make sure you don't do it around Rosaline.
Right. Yes. Now I've learned from that mistake.
Yep. About that time, Rosaline, you feel a weight on your shoulder. And you hear a small little voice.
Is it my babies?
Yes. He says, you hear a voice and says, I got it.
Got it.
And you look over at him.
Yeah.
And he's holding a phone in his hands.
Is that Ezekiel's phone?
And he kind of nods and he smiles.
You are the best little boy ever.
Vera can't see him, so she's just sitting there up front, just like
You just see he hands you the phone, Rosaline.
She takes the phone.
As he hands you the phone, you see a phone appear out of nowhere. And when he hands you the phone, you see that little chest plate he has. There's a hole in it.
No.
And he kind of smiles at you and he says, I got it. And then he falls off your shoulder onto the seat.
She's gonna chuck the phone at Emery's Ezekiel's phone. Ezekiel's phone.
Oh, Ezekiel! I hand the phone to Vera. You know more better what to do with this.
What?
Ezekiel's phone.
Ezekiel's phone. Look, glancing back.
She just picks
Penny's
up
like, oh my god, just give me the thing.
She picks up a little brisket. Oh no.
Do you have anything in Craft Chimera?
I have 2 dots in Craft.
You can use Glamour to heal a Chimera.
Okay. Will it be permanent?
The permanent expenditure Glamour? No. You can use but it is going to take away from your temporary pool.
Okay. How much is it going to take?
I do believe you have to make a intelligence plus crafting roll, and the DC is for this. It is going to be a 8, and it is, I think, because he doesn't have very many health levels anyway.
No.
But I think it is, if I remember correctly, it is 2 points per every success, because it's meant to heal big combat Chimera.
Yep. Not small little dude.
Yep. He's not supposed to get in combat anyway.
No, he is not. He's supposed to be a good boy and run and kerfuffle things.
He's a knight now.
All right, hold on 1 second.
If only I had points in life.
Wouldn't do any good. He's technically not alive.
3 successes.
Oh, there you go. You fix his chimerical form, which means you also technically repair his little armor.
Yep.
And but he kind of like his eyes blink open, and he like was like this.
Oh.
And he says, kind of looks around and goes,
"Yeah, you're good. You scared me a little bit there, buddy."
and you just hear that same voice is like, "I scared me."
Yeah, we're not doing that again, right?
He goes, "Yes, we will."
Of course. Okay.
I am knight now.
Who knighted you?
You told me to protect Penny. Knights protect. You knighted me.
Okay, I did. All right, Sir Brisket. All right.
Sir Brisket.
Sir Brisket?
Sir Brisket.
Rose is just like,
Okay, Sir Brisket.
All right, so Vera.
I have Ezekiel's phone.
Okay. What are you gonna try? It's locked right now, apparently.
Of course it's locked. Of course it is. What type of password is it? Is it like a swipe one? Is it like a number?
It is a swipe one. Pattern.
Have I ever seen him do a pattern on his phone before?
Yeah, you've seen him do a pattern on his phone. It's a lot.
I would say he probably has a lot. I would like to do my best to remember what a pattern to this phone.
When he does the pattern, it kind of looks like he's trying to wipe out the entire screen.
Oh my god. Okay. I want to at least attempt to try to unlock this phone.
All right. So where are you starting? You do know he starts in the upper left corner.
Okay, I'll start in the upper left corner and start doing little patterns. Let's see if I can get it. Do you want to roll something for it?
Roll me a intelligence plus enigmas roll. If you have enigmas on your sheet.
Oh, let me see. I don't remember if I do. Intelligence. I have 4 in though. So.
What is another skill that's going to be useful for solving puzzles? That's what enigmas is, but it's not on every sheet. It's like on, I think it's on Werewolf sheets.
I do not have it. I could argue security since I have.
No, you could definitely argue security.
I have 1 in security or linguistics.
No,
it would be security.
Linguistic is this language.
Languages, but so
or technology, it is a phone.
Yeah,
that's true.
You have technology?
I don't. Nope.
Okay.
So
security is your best bet right now.
Yeah, I'll use security then. So I'm rolling 5.
Okay.
Oops. Okay, what's my difficulty?
It is a since you're kind of just trying to do this and you don't have a good memory of it, it is going to be a 9.
A 9. Okay, I roll. Okay, so I only have 1 success, but it's a 10 and no failures.
Oh, perfect. So you try once and it's, password not successful.
Of course.
You try again with a different pattern, password not successful. And it says, first time you do it and successfully, it says you have 3 tries. It says you have 2 tries remaining. The second time you do it, it says password not successful. You have 2 tries remaining. So you do it again, and you, instead of doing like a wavy pattern to try and black out the screen, you just start in the edge and you trace it around, and you just keep on tracing it around, and you end up tracing it all the way back to the center, and you realize that you've done a complete spiral, and the phone unlocks.
Holy shit, I got it. And I'm gonna start going through all of it.
What are you looking at first?
His messages.
The messages, you see the messages he's been doing back and forth with you. You see all the other messages are just to phone numbers. None of the messages.
There's
the only name in his phone is yours.
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest, in all honesty.
Yeah. But all the phone numbers, and the messages, other than your conversations with him, all the other messages are like, shipment received, cargo in good condition, normal problems and issues resolving now. There's another message that says, there has been a compromised situation. Partner has been neutralized. Partially. Seeking to regain control now.
Interesting. Okay. That's kind of what I figured for his messages, in all honesty. I feel like there's no use going through his pictures at all. It's not like he'll show up.
He's gonna take selfies.
That's why I'm like, that's annoying. I'm just gonna kind of like look through any note apps or anything like that might be of importance. Just kind of looking for anything of importance.
You see, he has.
Also, I've turned off his location, specifically put this phone in airplane mode.
Gotcha.
That way, no one can track it.
He has 3 different email accounts on this phone.
Okay.
You see that there's no note section where it's typed out, but you see that there is a multiple audio notes recorded messages.
Interesting.
And there are he has a visual voicemail service. So there are 3 voicemails that are saved. They've been listened to, but they're saved on the phone.
Okay. I'm just gonna glance at Penny. Do you have headphones?
Penny's pulls her headphones out of her ears. What?
Can I borrow your headphones?
Oh. Pulls out and disconnects it and hands it over to you.
I'll give them right back.
Don't worry about it. She pulls out a pair of earbuds, turns them on.
Okay. I forget. I glance at Emery's. I forget she's a teenager some days, and then I'm popping them in. I'll just leave one out that I can still hear in case anything happens.
They really suck in combat because they fall out and then they get lost.
I mean, you're right. Okay,
that's fair.
I'll just put pop one of your headset in, but leave the other ear open. Okay. Click on the first one.
Which one? The voice messages or the notes?
I'm gonna listen to the notes first because that might have something to do with the voice message.
Okay, so the first note, it says, the initial meetings are successful. We have petitioned our cause. We believe that we can have minimal negative results utilizing the methods that we have discussed. We'll begin preparing the list of suitable candidates. We have already begun tracing the ley lines back to the Dragon's Inn. You see that one? That note is dated 4 months ago.
Next one.
I've been thinking about this a lot. I don't think I did a good enough job. I left too much humanity in her. I just hope she can see this is the best way. Her new friends may be a problem. That one is dated 4 weeks ago.
Ow. Out loud, Vera's ow. And then hits the next one.
I said there were 3. There's 3 recorded messages. And
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the voicemail. So after this one, I will listen to the voicemail preemptively, just so you know.
Gotcha. And so the last message is, well, not to be completely flawless, no plan can be, but Dave got himself et. Luckily enough, Dave seems to be winning out in that fight. Kinsley is either going to be driven insane by him and break, or he will take over completely. I don't see much chance of her winning out that fight. But I didn't think also that she could break free of everything he did to keep her under control. Vera will never understand this. But I had to make deals to make sure that I had access to everything that I needed to make sure that we were all safe. If Vera can't forgive me, then at least I know that she'll be alive. Everything else is secondary to us being able to have a world that we can live in fully and not have these half-lives in. Hope she understands. That's it.
Oof. And then, okay, so she's gonna be like, voicemail.
Okay. The first voicemail, you hear a voice on the other end. It's a voice you haven't heard in a long time. It is the voice of the Nosferatu David. And he comes on and he says, all right, look, as a society, we want this to happen. We want these changes. But I don't know if this thing, this nothing, is going to live up to its promises. So we need to get certain tools in place. The thing we were talking about, the thing that can balance things out, is I have a friend and they may know how to read, but they really need assurances that they are going to be allowed in the collective. Call me back.
Was there a date for how long ago that was?
That was 6 months ago.
Okay.
That's the oldest message on there.
Yeah. Honestly, he's probably switched out his phones, so that doesn't surprise me. Okay. Is there anything else on here at all?
There's the 3 email accounts.
Oh, that's right. I'm gonna start flipping through his emails.
One of them is you don't recognize the name in the email, but that's not too unusual. Aliases are a thing. It mainly deals with bank accounts and finances.
Of course.
It is basically probably most of his physical holdings, most of his financial holdings. It's all like, stock trades, real estate sales, different transactions all across the world. You know that Ezekiel's well off. I mean, he's
Yeah.
Old.
Of that, I've never doubted.
Yeah. And he has houses like fucking everywhere. Oh, sweet tea special. Sorry. Missed it. But he has basically houses everywhere and everything like that. So this is not a big shock. But in the newer emails, you see that there is a large amount of transactions that have been going out to specific accounts based out of New Orleans, based out of New York City, and based out of Norfolk, Virginia? Yeah, Norfolk. And he basically, all these accounts are small companies that are small construction companies. And they're all for projects that are being started. They all date back to all projects were started 4 months ago, almost to a T on the same day.
Well, that doesn't look like a front at all.
There is another email account that has it's another alias, but it has a bunch of correspondence back and forth with someone whose name is Roland on the emails. But you quickly don't think that it's basically two aliases talking to each other. And it is concerning a lot of metaphysical theory about what type of power would be necessary to do something as significant as splitting off a multiverse, creating a separate reality that would be self-sustaining and not requiring anything else. It's just a lot of theoretical talk back and forth, and there's there's discussions of you would need the ability to literally manipulate reality, need the ability to build a reality, and you would need a way to sustain that reality without any external sources. It would have to be a self-sustaining reality. It gets into a lot of metaphysical discussion. I don't know what Vera's background is other than the time she was in the church.
She's not I mean, she only has one in science, so she's not the biggest.
This goes into kind of pseudoscience, and it talks about concepts that are not. Even the theorists, even the two aliases, even say back and forth, this is all theoretical. Most of this defies the laws of physics, and that's one thing that's clearly agreed upon, that the laws of physics could not apply. This would be something that would have to be literally built, and they continue to go back and forth about that. But you notice that there is a common theme running through it, that they actually are talking about things that don't make sense to you, but might make sense to someone like Em.
Okay. I'm going to kind of bookmark those a little bit, make a mental note of which ones I'm going to have Emery's look at, and then move on to the last account before I hand the phone back for him to look at.
Okay. The last account is emails all in Castilian Spanish, but it's very old Castilian Spanish. Does Vera speak Spanish?
She only knows a little bit because they've conversed, and he made sure she knew a little bit. She speaks more Latin and Italian than anything.
Well, actually, this is closer to Latin than it is to.
She knows some.
Yeah, it's like yeah. So the gist of what you get from this is these are correspondence that are being written to someone who he holds in high regard. They use the words master, the words what's the honorific in Spanish for Lord, Dawn. The words
Dawn.
Dawn. And the words Regis are used quite often to refer to this person. They are basically just, and there's not very many emails in this account either, but they're basically just small little general updates. We have made contact. Initial forays are going as planned. Your advice has been invaluable in this. We will continue our discussions and proceed to grow this alliance into what it needs to be. There is more discussions about, there's more updates like that. There is never anything in return sent back. It's just all outgoing email. And like I said, there's only like 30 total emails in this inbox, and this inbox has been open since the very first email going out was 2012.
I'm just gonna pop the headphone out. If I don't find anything else, like at all of major importance, like other than I'm not gonna go stalk his social media accounts. I doubt that there's anything on there. They're probably very boring, in all honesty. I'm just gonna pop the earphone out, take it out, and be like, "Thank you, Penny," and hand back the headphones. And then, Emery's, can you look at this? And I'll hand back the emails. I don't fully understand. You may more understand what they're talking about. I get the multiverse like thing that they're talking about, but like I don't get the scientific part of it. Science is not my strong suit.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a look.
Thanks.
Again, ignore what I just did. I had to close out the other contest, and I'm about to launch the new one. So, Cryptwalker, you just won the key to my heart. That's all. I'm sorry.
Oh.
But I am going to start the new contest for the giveaway. Let me complete on these. So we're going to do for the next 20 minutes, we are going to be giving away raffle tickets. If you follow us, type in the keyword into chat and you will get 1 raffle ticket if you are a follower. If you're a subscriber, you will get 2 raffle tickets. And we are again going to be drawing the winner on, actually we're going to be doing the last show you can get raffle tickets on the 29th and drawing the winner on M's Saturday morning show on the 30th. So be sure to put in the exclamation point demon into chat to enter to win. And now back to our regularly scheduled program. Emery's, you start looking at the emails?
Yep.
So the first thing you notice is that they are talking about theoretical processes, but you quickly recognize them as using very layman-ish speech to talk about Horizon Realms. But the thing about Horizon Realms is they are always anchored to reality in some way, shape, or form. That's why even Horizon Realms aren't forever. Because eventually reality will bleed in and the Horizon Realm will be subdued by reality eventually. Because everything has to be tied back to reality in some way. There's the Fae are one of the few things that can literally exist separate from reality in their purest form. What the changelings are is not the Fae's purest form. So that's why they're so still tied into reality and are bound to it. But actual Fae are not. Everything else is. So they're talking about trying to find a way to utilize theoretical magic to create a completely individual Horizon Realm. And what they're discussing with this is what they would need for this is, number one, an incredibly powerful way to channel magic. It would have to be something that it may only be able to use once, but it had to be something that can channel an incredible amount of magic all at once. They would need a source of near unlimited magical power. And they would need a way to build and design this structure from something else. So they would need a way to create out of chaos and make something substantive out of it. But overall, this thing would still be a magical construct. It'd just be independent.
I don't like that.
And thereby also kind of hard to get to. It would only be accessible to those who were given access to it.
Look at the phone. None of this looks great.
I mean, I kind of suspected as much.
Basically, it sounds like they want to use the theoretical magic, which, I mean, who knows what that means, to create a horizon realm? Or create something like a horizon realm?
Okay, like the place we visited?
Yes, but bigger. They pretty much want to turn a horizon realm into another universe.
So like another Earth.
Yeah, like a second Earth. A second reality altogether. But that will take an extreme amount of power.
The other focus is they would be able to set the rules within this reality.
So you mean they would need, like, I don't know, a dragon?
Very likely.
Just reach back at the phone. Ugh.
Yeah, and I mean, it's all theory, but they could find a way to harness it, and
it's all theory until
it's not.
They get a dragon.
Like, so they need a way to harness an insane amount of magic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What if they captured masters of all 9 spheres?
That would do
I
it.
just slowly turned and I was like, you know that storm? The storms that are brewing?
Yeah.
So how many more do they need is the actual question. Besides Finn. Or is Finn the last one?
Well, Finn's not a master of magic that I know of.
But he has a dragon.
Finn has a dragon inside of him.
Okay, so
what was the lady the master of that we visited?
She was mined, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
She was mined.
In her own horizon realm, and Penny's the guy who was tutoring Penny was also a master of the mind.
Okay.
Yeah. So the guy, yeah. I pretty much relay that.
Are you a master of anything, Memories?
Very close to being a master of forces, but I'm not a master yet.
Yet, though.
Yet.
You're still pretty powerful. Just saying.
Tati is also a hermetic mage, correct?
Yes.
So she is a master of forces.
Mm-hmm.
However, my mentor, Tati, is a master of forces. If they have her, there's that one.
Yeah.
So that leaves correspondence, entropy, life, matter, prime, spirit, and time.
I mean, you haven't heard anything, but then again, you don't really keep a heck of a lot of contact with other mages.
That's very true. Except for Tati. Tati
did tell you a couple of times that things have been happening, but you never really had any time to expand on it.
So,
no.
Does it have to be mages? Because changeling can kind of master similar things.
Well, Penny says, but it's different magic, is it?
I mean, I can play with time. I can play with nature. I'm a master at nature at this point.
I mean, magic is just a form of expression. It's not the actual result within itself. But so our magic, and my magic, or our magic, the pointing like gesturing at me and Penny, and Rose's magic may look different, but it doesn't matter if the same results are achieved.
Yeah, but they don't suffer from paradox. Like, they make changes and the world doesn't want to snap those changes back to normal.
True. So if they're using strictly human mages, that could go bananas fairly quickly.
The good
sounds like they are.
Unless they do something like put them in the middle of a unnatural giant storm that's powered by nature magic, and she points at Rosaline.
Yeah, so with people of my kind, there's a group called the Crystal Circle. They master in one and almost master in another. They are extremely powerful. However, where that storm is also where the High Queen of all Fae is.
Oh boy.
That is High King David's wife.
It's also one of the magical centers of the United States, let alone the world.
Yes. Where that storm is, it technically crosses two kingdoms, the Kingdom of Sands and also the Kingdom of Willows, but the one up north is the Kingdom of Apples, where Mab is from.
So there is 3 storms right now?
There's one near Boston, New York, and then there's the big one that's covering the south.
Yeah. And Val did mention that there was, before the storm started, that there was weirdness afoot in that area as well. Maybe that's been leading to this. Oh, shit, damn.
The good news is the Crystal Circle doesn't really leave the dreaming per se, so I don't think it's that. So they're probably using
humans,
or the High Queen, or the King or Queen of the Kingdom of Sands. I don't remember.
They're using someone who stays here.
Yeah.
Not in the dreaming place.
Yeah. Which, the High Queen is of my house.
What was that, Ivy?
It was fuzzy. I was fixing it.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was refocusing it. I was like, it's fuzzy.
Yeah. The High Queen is of my house.
Right about that time, Marco pulls up in front of what looks to be a very, like, it's like in an industrial park, but it's like a big portion of the industrial park, and there is 2 of the bay doors are open, and you can see inside, and it looks like there's a big workout arena set up inside of it. The lights are actually on inside of it. You can see that there is people in there. There is a lot of activity. We'll also see that there's wolves running around inside of the building. As you pull up, Marco's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yep, this is it.
And he says, if you guys feel safe getting out here, then we're here.
Yeah. Mark should be on the roof.
Okay.
I kind of look around like, has anybody warned them that I will be here?
I'm gonna text Pandora.
He pulls his glasses down, and you see that he has like animalistic eyes, and he says, and he has like very shaggy eyebrows, and his teeth are like his vampiric teeth are down, but they're longer than yours. Mm-hmm. And he says, "Trust me, you're not the only."
I'm texting both Pandora and Tuck right now. Hey, we're here. We've got Vera's here too, and also a friend who is also of the Vera persuasion.
Also, if they do anything like at dawn or anything, I can't exactly sleep here.
Is there a basement?
You get a text back from Tuck. There's no basement in a goddamn business park. He says, we need to get everyone who is not going to be able to be here at dawn out of here, because you've only got like an hour and a half.
I have a hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hotel room. Still.
And Marco says, is it important that we stay here? Do we need to be available here at first dark?
I can be here as soon as dusk hits. I can't stay.
I can make sure that we can stay.
How would you do that?
I have abilities.
Handy.
Sus, but okay. Wait, did I use that term right?
Yes.
Right,
yes. You
And
did.
he's like, I am so proud of you. Nailed it.
I'm just gonna kind of like I Marco a little bit and be like,
Penny's like, oh shit, the world is coming to an end.
oh my god.
What?
I'm just gonna kind of look at Marco and be like, how much do you owe Kinsley?
He says, a lot.
She is like still there, like weighing her options of if he's trustworthy enough.
Waking up at the start of the end of the world.
How
But it's
he kind of stops. He's like,
before.
Kinsley said you weren't deeply involved with vampires in general.
I kept to myself a bit.
You know what a gangrel is.
I know what the gangrel is.
Do you know what the powers of a gangrel elder are?
An elder. Can't say I've spent much time around one.
He takes off his sunglasses. He's like, no, primogen are children.
Oh, okay.
I like the instant. Hold up.
He says, and he looks at you. You notice that like his eyebrows are extra bushy. He has like cat-like eyes. You notice that his nose seems to almost be split, looking almost like a muzzle. Oh, we got raided.
Hey!
Thank you very much for the raid. Mimicking Nemo.
That's my Nemo. That's my Nemo. That's my admin. As well as my sibling. Oh, that's your siblings? My adopted sibling.
Hello, adopted sibling, but that doesn't matter. Sibling is sibling. All you have to do is say sibling is sibling.
It's my sibling.
I love it.
Siblings. We have been raided. Thank you very much. Just to let you know, if you give us a follow right now for the next 3 minutes and 52 seconds, you can get entered to win, entered to get raffle tickets to win our monthly giveaway, which is this bad boy, which is a mini of the an avatar of Orcus, the Demon Lord, and it is on a large base. It's a gorgeous mini, 3D printed, 4K quality, and we're giving this away at the end of the month. All you have to do is give us a follow, and you'll be automatically entered. Also, if you give us a follow. And if you follow, you get 1 ticket. If you subscribe, you get 2 tickets. And if you follow us, we're going to give away this set of books when we hit 1,000 followers, and we are currently at 884. And so when we get to 1,000 followers, we're gonna give away this set of D&D books. It's the core books, but it is the limited edition, so it is the foil covered versions. So they're shiny, they're sparkly, they come with a GM screen, they come in that slipcase, and they will be given out when we get to 1,000 followers here. So please, if you can, give us a follow. We greatly appreciate it. And you can only get tickets if you follow.
Hey, Ray.
Yo.
Hey, the show's still titled Breakfast Club.
Oh no! I knew.
Oh dear!
You know what? Everything went so smooth. I was like, something must be wrong. I just don't know where it is.
Weird. Wow, we've had no issues whatsoever.
Just now noticed it.
Oh boy, I fixed it. I'll go back and fix the title later and everything else. So there is shit. Now I got lost. Actually, you know what? We've been going really a lot.
That's
you
where we
guys
stop.
want to take a 15-minute break so you guys can get some
Sure.
drinks and stuff? Because we kind of got stuck in there. So we're gonna take a 15-minute break, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back at 10:20. And the actual giveaway is going to, or the tickets are going to end in another 2 minutes. So if you have not followed us yet, give us a follow so you can put the keyword into chat and get a raffle ticket to win. We will see you guys at 20 after, and we will be back. Hi everybody. we found someone who is a bigger parental figure than Emery's.
I don't know.
I mean-
Since he's all like, I left too much humanity in here. Like, shut up.
Yeah. Humanity is awesome.
He needed you to be okay with killing everyone.
Oh my god.
Wow,
This
that's
is
so loving of him.
There are people that she likes and even loves that are involved in that. Everyone.
Some
But I'm
of them,
supposed to be able to kill you,
One
Emery.
or two.
Yes.
There's can be some exceptions made.
So we're in the car with a very angry gangrel right now.
Yeah, you know those when a gangrel frenzies that those beast traits don't go away. Ever. So he doesn't just happen when he frenzies. He just looks like that. Ouch. Bit my tongue. So you guys are sitting there and he says, but yes, if we need to go to I don't use this term loosely, but if we need to go to ground here, we can.
V, it's up to you. I whatever you're comfortable with.
I'm fine with either one.
I want you safe, and you too. Can't remember your name.
Marco.
Marco.
Hello.
He
Marco
actually,
Polo.
he actually does laugh, and he says,
You too, Marco Polo.
well, thank you. Your concern is moving. But
I'm fine with either. And I kind of look at to Marco, but like, I'm fine with whatever you think is best.
me?
I'm going to put a little bit of faith in you.
Very well.
That's a high compliment from Vera.
I will take it as such. Let's assess the situation, and then we will make a determination once we understand
Wonderful.
how much threat is posed by it.
Wonderful.
Is the door child locked? Because I can't get out of the car.
Oh,
Oh, yes, well, sorry.
it's like, look, Vera looks back. She's like, oh my god.
Right.
Oh, also, hand like Pest Rose like some of the money that Kinsley gave me. That's for their car replacements.
Or a new car.
Yeah.
She'll just hand it to Brisket. Onto the money.
Brisket just, like,
Onto
it
the
just, like,
money.
he just like shoves it down into the pouch and it disappears.
You know what? That's probably the safest place for it, in all honesty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fair.
Okay. All right. So, assessing the situation.
Right. I'm going to get out of the car and go and get the back seat, grab my stuff. In particular, my staff. Oh, hello. I've missed you. Yes. Staff.
Don't make out with the staff.
That is just still weird.
He just loves it.
I made this.
She kind of looks at you and says, I wish my parents had felt that way about me.
Oh, I know, right? Same.
And I give Penny a huge hug, and then
says,
I gather Vera up and went on like a big three-way hug. I love
Penny's
you.
like hanging onto your arms, like, that always works.
Rose oh no, Rose looks like she's about to cry.
I take the arm with the staff in it and pull Rose into.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, Penny, my parents, the reason I became a nun. So at least there wasn't that.
And Penny was like,
I mean, my actual parents are alive, but they never gave a shit.
Yeah, see, so it's great. It's fine. See, this is why we all have this family.
My
Anyways.
actual parents disowned me the moment I had magic, so there's that.
Rude. Magic is so cool, though.
I know.
Okay, let's go inside to see what's going on. Yeah. There's
so
wolves.
as
right
you're
here.
talking, as you guys are talking, you see 3 different women walking towards you. One you recognize
Wait.
instantly as Maria.
I have the passenger door open, but I have not stepped out of the car.
Okay.
Just because I'm like, I will talk to everyone, but I don't know if I want to set ground here. Like,
Marco has gotten out of the car.
Okay.
And he's kind of like close the door. He doesn't seem to be super uneasy, but but then again, he really hasn't changed his physical stance much.
Yeah, that's fair.
So as Maria walks up, she says, she looks at you, Emery's, and you, Rosaline, and says, Pandora is part of the ritual, so she cannot step away right now.
Mm-hmm.
And why are you here? Are you here to participate?
We're here to help, here to hide, all of the above.
Hide from what?
Vera at this point will like poke her head from around the car door. My sire is after Finn.
She goes, it's kind of stops, and she goes, okay, well, we can definitely hide you.
You can't hide me, I don't think, but you can take care of the others.
Is it good?
Are you okay with the fact that she's a vampire?
Pandora says she's part of her pack.
See, you're part of the pack.
I'm gonna close the car door for now.
Hey, are you still in the car?
I go out.
I got this one is not. And she looks at Marco.
He has our absolute trust and faith.
He has some.
And Marco literally steps towards Maria, and he goes down on one knee in front of her, and he bars his neck.
Wow.
Well,
Vera's like, oh, what?
Maria turns into a giant wolf.
Oh.
And puts her teeth around his neck. There is a deep, low growl. And then the tension breaks, and Maria is back to herself, and Marco is like pulled out a handkerchief and he's wiping slobber off his neck.
Okay, well, that answers that question.
That's a new kink I've never seen before.
What?
I'll tell you that later.
Okay.
And she kind of looks at Marco, and she says, he is okay for now. So
I'm sure that we can catch you up on the situation. However, I'm just going to basically tell you now that you need a lot of light as to hold him off, as he is a controller of shadows and will gruesomely pull anyone in with him.
good to know. She says, but she gestures at the pinkening sky, and you can feel the sun.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to look to Marco and be like,
Marco says, do we have time to get back to your hotel?
It's not too far from here, and with your driving.
He looks at Maria and he says, we would be useless during the day, but once dusk hits, we could be on site if you will allow us to go to ground here. And Maria kind of looks around and looks at both of you, and she says, Pandora may speak to you for you as pack, but this ground is anointed to Gaia, and we cannot have you resting in the soil. And Marco nods and says, hotel.
Understand. Thank you.
And Maria says, so we're going to be starting the ritual in as soon as the sun gets ready to crest the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who wants to be present should make their way up to the roof. And Maria kind of looks around and she says, so is this everybody then?
Did Finn and the others not get here? A very, very pretty blonde boy.
If Pandora's here, then...
There, then Tuck should have... called.
Pandora came with Mark.
That's right. Pandora did come with Mark.
No, she didn't.
No,
she was in
didn't.
the house.
No,
Yeah.
no, you're right.
Yeah, no, because Rose sent Tuck with Pandora.
And Finn.
That's right, because she was going to wait until we came back because she was like, "Oh, Vera's bringing back coffee." That's what it was.
Yeah,
it's been a week.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So Pandora's says Pandora came with Mark.
No.
Pandora did not come with Mark. Pandora was with Rose.
I can tell you in absolute honesty that Pandora is on the roof of the building.
But can you tell us with absolute certainty that it is Pandora?
Yes.
Rose is gonna call Tuck.
No answer.
Call Pandora.
Colin.
You hear a phone ringing from inside the gym.
So
you go over and you see Pandora's backpack sitting on the ground inside the gym.
One of these things is not like the other.
Rose is gonna call Tuck again.
You have Finn's number?
No answer.
She's gonna call Murder Hobo.
Oh my god, yes.
Legit.
Our favorite murder hobo. Our favorite
Call Murder
stoner.
Hobo.
Yep.
Countess.
I need you to track Tuck's phone.
Don't need to.
Why?
That sounds suspiciously not like Murder Hobo.
I was gonna say that's
Who the fuck is this?
And he says, "Oh, well, you know, most of the time I sounded like this,
Oh, thank God. Okay.
but I don't sound like."
I am on edge right now. Where is Tuck?
On ice, I think you call it.
Who's on the phone?
I'm gonna insight that.
Go for it. It's a 9 because you're doing it over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Look.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
have
just-
Okay, what is it? Insight roll. I do not have insight on here.
What are your socials?
I do have empathy.
Empathy will work.
Cool. What's empathy? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
6. And it's a difficulty of 9.
Because you're just doing it off of voice inflection only.
Yep. Give me a second. I have to use a dice roller right now. Because I
The
can't.
Roll20 session is up, so you can use that too. But you'd have to log in and everything like that now. So
Yeah.
I do like the Roll20 session for World
Three
of Darkness
successes.
games.
3.
3 successes.
Mm-hmm.
What are you trying to insight? Whether Tuck's on ice, or whether he's being sincere, or whether this is Murder Hobo, or
If this is Murder Hobo.
if he was mimicking Murder Hobo, he was doing it perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Have we taken into consideration that Murder Hobo is not who he says he is? As in, like, Murder Hobo specifically.
That he's been the traitor all along.
Something like that.
And you hear him say, "I don't think you want to risk any harm coming to your friend."
Is Rose still connected to the house?
Yeah.
Rose is gonna ask to put that fucker into, if he's in the house, into that one room.
There's no one here right now.
Where are you?
And he says, "That is not part of the deal." By the way, he is talking in a whisper.
What deal?
The deal where I get to go continue existing.
Murder
The
hobo?
dependency of glamour.
You have an
Anything
oath
else.
to me. You have an oath to me.
It would matter very badly if I was not already.
If you broke it, you would be blind right now and wouldn't be able to answer the phone.
Yes, I was already.
What in the fuck, Knuckles, is going
What
on?
I'm
do
gonna say,
you?
I'm like
So
moving.
is Tuck dead?
No. Kill a perfectly good bargaining chip? I'm no fool.
Then where's Finn?
Finn is the commodity I had to trade.
Who did you give him to?
Well, I gave him to my boss.
Who is your boss? You better answer me or I will find you and burn you where you stand.
Me looking at Emerus like,
he says this, I'm so... You couldn't find me. Don't make me take him places where it'd be very uncomfortable for him to fit. So I'm gonna hang on to Tuck. And you are maybe gonna chase after me for a bit. Maybe go try and find Finn. Waste a bunch of time. Then we'll be done. I didn't dislike you. Don't dislike Finn.
But
Just dislike the idea.
but you betrayed your best friend.
I mean, he wasn't gonna get with the program. He is a hero. He's always been a hero.
Hold on, what?
He wasn't gonna get with the program. I mean, I've always been there for him. I was always doing the dirty work. I was always in the shadow. His shadow, Huck's shadow, everyone. Always the joke. But that's okay. We all have a role to play, and I played mine perfectly well. And now I reap the reward. So, I've given this more than enough time for you to trace this call. If you want to start running, you start running. I get paid either way. Delivered.
She's just gonna hang up the phone.
that doesn't sound like a good phone call.
No.
Murder Hobo betrayed us.
I want to say I'm surprised, but I'm not.
And I am.
Honestly, though, I just kind of live in the other state of someone's going to portray me every now and again. So, like, it wouldn't surprise me.
He has Tuck and Finn's gone.
Who has Finn?
His
Let me
boss.
guess. And then I'm guessing he wouldn't tell you who his boss is.
I have a feeling I know who it is. It's somebody I've spurned twice already. The Nafandi.
Son of a bitch.
Hmm.
Fucker just will not die.
I would really, really love to stand here and continue having these wonderful conversations.
You need to get someplace
You
safe.
gotta go.
You go. I have another phone call I need to make.
Okay. Well, you just, Emerson, will you just text me updates? Like,
I will.
be great.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna look at Marco and be like, it's not far from here.
He's like, let's go.
Jump in the passenger seat.
He takes off, makes the drive to the hotel.
Probably just barely make it.
Yep.
Stumble into the bedroom. There's two beds because Mark had one. So
Mhm. Rose, you get one text message.
Who is it?
It's from Tuck. It's GPS coordinates.
Oh my god. She's gonna look at Penny, recite it, and she's dialing Mab's number.
And Penny like says, "Just forward it. No. Let me see it before you accidentally erase it. Give me, don't touch anything. Don't dial anybody. Don't. Just give me the phone. 1 second. Give me the phone." Like she does something. She's like, "Okay, I forwarded it to me. You can now break your phone."
She's gonna call Mab.
You call Mab. The phone rings for a bit, and then there's someone answers the phone. You hear, what do I owe the pleasure?
I'm cashing in that favor.
She kind of looks, stops. All right, I wasn't expecting it so soon. What is the request?
I found our traitor.
Oh, well, this might not be a favor then. What? Who?
They took
where?
Finn. I need Finn tracked down.
Do you know if he's being shielded in any way, shape, or form?
I do not.
Because I will. We will begin looking immediately.
The name of the traitor. I don't remember Murder Hobo's actual name because it was given.
Mm-hmm. It had to be given.
Yeah.
He gave an oath.
She'll relay it over. It was one of Finn's own men.
Oh, the Slua. That's really predictable. She says, okay. If it's a Slua, I'm going to see if anyone knows who he was. If anyone knows what his capabilities were supposed to be. I don't even know if it's actually was Finn's man or not. You know the Slua.
Yeah.
Take on different faces. They can change. They can change their physical shape.
Yep. Also, what was the result on the hunt?
The hunt did not. He ran from the pocket dimension that he was in and left the hunt there. They have his scent, but he is not on this plane. We had to work very hard to get the hunt out of his pocket dimension.
I'm sitting there next to him. Tell her it was the Nafandi.
You're on speaker.
Oh, I didn't realize I was on speaker.
Yeah, Rose accidentally hit speaker, so you can.
Rose can't figure out how to use a Bluetooth headset, so it's speaker or nothing. But yeah, no. So she says the wizard escaped, but he did show that he is powerful. He apparently needed time to enact his escape, so we know we can catch him flat-footed.
Your Grace, it's very likely that the Slua is working for the Nefande.
I don't know why. It doesn't make real sense.
None of what's happening lately is making a whole lot of sense, but there you go.
I would just say getting Finn is top priority. Considering that thing that was in Penny is now in him.
That is a change.
That changes everything.
Yes. The circle will be looking.
Understood.
We will have results as soon as possible.
Yep. I have a ritual I need to get to.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Vera, he literally is sliding the SUV into the underground parking garage.
Yep.
As the sun is like cresting right behind you. You're having to fight to stay conscious.
Yeah.
But he doesn't seem to be super affected. He pulls the SUV into a parking spot, and he is literally kind of half carrying you because you like.
Yeah, I'm like
almost-
arm around
Yeah.
his neck, like, don't
And-
pick me up, don't pick me up.
He's like, no, that would be very suspicious on the cameras. Right now, you just look drunk.
Oh, great. Love
says-
that.
And he says, what floor, what room, where's the card?
I gave him the card. Like, it's got the information stuff on it.
And so he hits the button, he goes up. The elevator dings. He brings you out into the hallway, carries you down the room, opens the room. By the time he's getting you into the bed, like getting you situated, you are almost completely unable to keep your eyes open.
Okay.
He is still moving around. Doesn't seem to be being affected. And he says,
Old.
he looks down at you and he says, get some rest.
Thank you.
I will call in some backup for the day. And you hear his eyes flash for one moment right before you go to sleep, and you hear scritching and chittering in the walls.
What a lovely sound to fall asleep to. Like white noise.
It's like white noise. So you guys climb up onto the roof. Emery's, are you going up on the roof too?
Yeah.
You see that there is a like two of those big 6x8 tables have been pushed together onto folding tables on the roof. Mark is laying on the tables. He's in these white robes that have a sun and a moon on them. He's surrounded by 6 different werewolves. They're all in human form. They are all in... Wait. Sorry. Nine werewolves. I apologize. They're 9 werewolves. They're all positioned around him in the compass, all the compass directions. And the one who is facing to the east is standing. All the others are seated. And Maria comes up on the roof with you. And she says that if you are going to remain here for the ritual, you must only sit here and think thoughts of Mark and him being restored. Whatever you see, know that what we do is voluntary and necessary.
I understand.
Very well.
And I will sit and think thoughts of Mark being restored.
The sun begins to crest the horizon. The werewolves are rocking back and forth in unison. Their low chant, which seemed wordless, begins to crescendo. And as it does, each one of them turns into their woven forms. And just as the sun crests over the horizon, over the hills, they all break into one solid howl. From each of them, a form of a spirit wolf leaps out. And each of them hits into Mark's body and runs through it individually. And as they do each time, Mark's body acts as if a bolt of electricity has gone through him. His body snaps forward, his back arches, he basically kind of like just rears up and then falls back down. And each one of them does it. All 9 of them do it. As the last one does it, you see that Mark's body is partially covered in fur. His fingers have become stubbier and wider, and they're ending in these odd-looking claws that are popped out like a cat's claws. His face has a semi-feline appearance, his muzzle and everything like that. And you see that his hair is growing out into a crest like a mane. And his back arches beyond. He's basically standing on his head and his heels. And he begins to yell in a human voice. And it's a cry of desperate pain and agony. And as he does so, it continues through, gets deeper and louder, and becomes a roar. His body crashes back down. The robes he is wearing are clinging to him. Just covered in sweat. All the wolves around him collapse. The spirit forms running back into the bodies. And Mark is still laying there. He's that small human form. But he seems to actually be asleep. Maria steps forward, and she first checks Mark, and then she begins checking everyone else. And as she does so, you notice that one of the wolves is laying there in human form, not in wolf. And it is that old seer.
Oh.
And she goes up and checks her. And she kind of just like puts her hand in front of her mouth. And then she kind of like smiles. And she looks up and she says, "It was her greatest work. She took something back for us. A ritual that had been twisted and used to create those things that attacked you tonight. This ritual would normally allow them to turn our kinfolk into those things. She found a way to make it help us bring back those who were lost." I hope her sacrifice was worth it.
I'm sure it was.
We will leave them in the sun. It will give them the strength they need. Wake. I will stay up here with them if you want to go get some rest.
Rest sounds good right about now, considering everything.
Very well. I'll have somebody take you over to my place. It's just down the block.
Thank you.
I don't know everything that's going on. But I know better than to think that I have to know everything that's going on.
You did a world of it just now. It is appreciated.
Just hope that he's willing to accept it.
I certainly hope so.
Go get some rest.
And I will stand, kind of lean on my staff. I'll look over at Penny. You coming, kid?
She's like, yeah. I think that would be... We need to get some rest.
Yeah.
She looks at you, Rosaline, and she says, "He's gonna be safe here. He's with an entire... I don't know what to call it, but a lot of werewolves."
Yeah.
And Maria says, "It's a sept."
Sept.
And Penny's like, "Now I know a werewolf word."
Learning all the time.
Always. She's like, "Gonna be okay. Just take what little chances we get."
Yeah.
Says, I have the location.
Where is it?
Aqueduct. Which means that he could go just about anywhere in a heartbeat. Tunnels. Fucking. It's.
I need a plan.
Yeah.
It's a damn good one.
And we need it to happen fast. We'll have to get.
Yeah, we do.
But he is the key to getting back Finn too. And we cannot let them keep Finn.
No, we cannot.
She grabs you by the shoulders and she says, "Hey, won't let."
Yeah. I swear this man is starting to be more trouble than he's worth, she jokingly says.
He's been that way.
She looks at Everest. She's gonna look at Everest. That is also your fault.
What did I do?
You encouraged it.
You encouraged it. This is all
I encouraged love, and love is nothing else if not work.
Ugh.
I think that's a good place to wrap up for the evening.
My heart.
Yay! I only got to make him cry once.
No, I didn't mark it during the whole frickin' meltdown shit. Here we go.
Ivy, did I get you?
Nope.
I thought I saw you almost getting.
Nope. If
you thought you saw me, no, you didn't.
You're wrong.
Good thing Milagros wasn't here, because Milagros would have thrown a complete over the gangrel carrying.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Stop it.
She's gay. Put her in the bed.
She's gay. Get in the car.
All right. So,
She's
ladies
gay.
and gentlemen,
Get in the hotel room.
Get in the hotel room. Thank you so much for everyone for coming in. Thank you for the raid. If any of the raiders stuck around, thank you so much for sticking around. It was a wonderful evening. I'm glad we got to share it with you. We're going to do our best to go out and share this love around in a minute. But first, Em, where can folks find you on the mighty, mighty interwebs?
You can find me under any iteration of Star Shard Stories on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. The next place you can find me is Thursday on Turn to Page 394, where I run a Star Wars 5e game that is just pure and utter chaos and not canon. And then Friday, you can find me on Vampiric Touch ENT for our lovely Exalted game. It is back again, finally.
Dun, dun, dun. Is it still going to be every Friday, or is it not going to be every other Friday?
Oh, wait, it's not this Friday. It's not this Friday. Following Friday. My brain fizzled. I'm trying to get used to new schedule.
Yeah, because is it going to be every other Friday now, or is it?
It'll be every other Friday.
I thought so. All right, cool.
Yeah, Saturday you can find me here.
Dun, dun, dun.
Running Monster Hearts.
Yeah, running Monster Hearts in the mornings. And thank you very much, Em. Ivy.
Hello, that is me. Mondays, you can find me over on the Dice Cream Sandwich channel, where we play a 5e campaign that is wrapping up. We're near the end of our 2-year campaign. You can find me Tuesdays here, and you can find me this coming Friday here again, DMing the lovely Pure Havoc game with our team Havoc, including Ray as one of my players. It'll be great.
I'm going to be there because I'm not going to be in the hospital.
And we're starting off an initiative. It'll be great.
It's going to be wonderful.
You guys' first combat.
I'm just going to fireball myself.
It'll be your first combat. Yeah. And then you can find most of us at Gen Con.
Yep, we're gonna be at Gen Con. Speaking of Gen Con, people bound Sphinx.
Hello.
Where can people find you?
You can find me on TikTok at Circle DM, Sphinx Acosta, just about everywhere else. You can find me on, of course, Tuesdays right here with these lovely people playing this lovely game. The next place you'll be able to find me is tomorrow, again, with most of these lovely people playing Kingdoms of Mist, which is our 5e homebrew inspired by Treasure Planet. Every other Friday, you can find me with the Alex Bomb channel playing Initiatives and Intrigues. But this Friday, you can find me with the ADH Adventures channel running my campaign, Agents of the Circle. We are heading into the end of our 4th season. And finally, like in the heist, trying to steal, or heist snapping, trying to steal an object and a person. And we'll see how that all goes. Every other Saturday, you can find me with the ADH Adventures channel again, playing Unlicensed Magic War Crimes. But on this particular Saturday, with ADH Adventures, we will be playing Heroes Arc, where I play Raziel Jahari, an Asimar necromancer who found out recently that he's royalty, and is now grappling with that.
He is a prince boy.
He's a prince. He's the lost prince. Whoa!
I'm a prince. And of course, if you want to follow any of Dinner and a Game's social media, you can find us in our link tree here. Remember, we're doing giveaways on our TikTok where we're giving away that 3D printed tower. We're doing giveaways here. If you follow us here, you get automatically entered to win that D&D set of books that's up in the corner right now. Also, we are giving away monthly prizes where we do raffles for miniature giveaways. Currently, we're doing that the avatar of help with the demon's name.
Orcus,
thank you. The avatar of Orcus. And we're going to be giving that away on M's show, actually, on Saturday morning. The last day you can get tickets for that is on the 29th, which is going to be Ivy's show. So we're going to be doing that on the 30th, and the last night we can get tickets for that is on Ivy's show. So be sure to tune in at least for that. And, of course, well, not the least for that. At the very least, because Ivy is amazing. But you also get a bonus chance to get a mini. Ta-da! But at Dinner Game, we always save you a seat at the table. Please be careful. If you have to go out, social distance, make sure you're wearing a mask. Even in Texas, the schools are starting to talk about doing mask mandates again. So here we go. Be careful.
Here we go.
We want you to be careful. We want you to be safe. We want you to come back and be able to join us day after day, week after week. But right now, we're going to go join somebody else. So, anyone got any suggestions for a raid?
Let's see. ADH Adventures is up. Dice Thespians is up. Flintlock is up.
Yep. I think that we're going to do ADH Adventures because they're almost like our sister channel now.
Yeah.
And
pretty
so
much.
we share like cast back and forth. And so, but we were going to go to raid ADH Adventures. Remember, if you have not followed them yet, give them a follow. It is the biggest boost of serotonin that any creator can get. And if you haven't followed these amazing creators, go to their social links that are up in chat. Give them a follow on their socials. It's the biggest high we can receive, and it is the biggest thank you for us creating content that we could ever receive. So everyone, say hi to everyone at ADH Adventures, and the rest of you, have a good evening. Be careful, be safe. We love you. We will see you next time. Thank you so much for your time tonight, everybody, and be careful. I can't say it enough. I'm sorry, I'm scared. I'm going to Gen Con in the middle of another freaking pandemic. Yay! We'll see you